Chapter 1: Misleading Media Portrayals. Why do we often perceive psychiatric patients as dangerous? Is it because of the way media paints them, or is it a deeply rooted societal bias? Dive into the heart of this question, and you might be surprised by what you discover. Our perception of psychiatric patients is often shaped by an unbalanced portrayal in the media, where mental illness is equated with violence and danger. But the reality is quite different. A significant body of research tells a different story. It reveals that people with mental illness are more likely to be victims of violent crime than the perpetrators. Yes, that's right. They are more likely to be on the receiving end of violence, not the ones doling it out. Chapter 2: Harmful Stereotypes and Misconceptions. A study published in the American Journal of Public Health found that people with severe mental illness, those diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or psychosis, are 2.5 times more likely to be attacked, raped, or mugged than the general population. This narrative of people with mental illness being dangerous is not only misleading but harmful. It fuels stigma, encourages discrimination, and discourages those struggling from seeking help. Chapter 3: Debunking the Myths. The data also points to another critical aspect. The majority of violent crimes are committed by individuals who do not have any diagnosed mental health condition. In fact, according to a report by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, only about 3% of violent crimes are committed by individuals with a serious mental illness. So, where does this leave us? It's time to challenge these stereotypes and misconceptions. It's time to understand that mental illness doesn't equate to violence or danger. It's time to recognize that people with mental illness are more likely to be victims, not villains. Chapter 4: The Reality of Mental Illness. In summary, the notion of psychiatric patients being dangerous is largely a myth, fed and perpetuated by misleading media portrayals and societal biases. The reality, as supported by a substantial body of research, is that people with mental illness are more likely to be victims of violent crime than perpetrators. And the majority of violent crimes are committed not by those with mental health conditions, but by individuals without these diagnoses. It is crucial to debunk these harmful myths, to foster understanding and empathy, and to work towards a society where mental health is seen for what it truly is, a health issue, not a character flaw or a sign of inherent danger. Remember, change begins with understanding. And understanding begins with us.